Hi there. Okay, I'm gonna head out now. It's Crystal here. I'm doing a part 2 of the progress of the disability review, and specifically the disability review where you have to actually go in front of somebody in the SSA, like a psychiatrist, for a psych eval, because you know, the paperwork part, that's a lot simpler, where you fill out the packet, and I can do another video about that another time. But what happened to me was, because of COVID, I didn't see my doctor very much, so they said they didn't have enough information to review my case, which they review it every 3 years. And but this is part 2. So now where I'm at in the process is they sent me the letter of my appointment and what entails with it, and what was written on it. It's governmentese. It's really confusing, but the first page was pretty much the only one you need, or the first 3 pages. The first page has your appointment time, the date, and the type of appointment it's going to be, and the psychiatrist doing the evaluation, and they'll tell you that you'll need to follow this link that they send you, and 45 or 15 minutes before your appointment time, you'll have to, if it's a virtual, mine's a virtual, I can't speak for the physical appointments, but I chose a virtual one where I'll have to show up in the basically Zoom 15 minutes early, which is going to be, oh my god, I'm going to be so panicky, but that's kind of the point. And then the second one that they give, the 2 other forms they'll give you, is you actually, this is really funny, you actually have to confirm your appointment via snail mail. You have to check the box that says, okay, I confirm this appointment, I will be there, everything's good, I have a valid ID, things like that. And they give you an envelope, and then the third form, which is one I was most looking forward to, is, it's really hard to tell what they mean, but what it is you can fill out this form with your doctor or psychiatrist or therapist information, and they'll send the results of this psych eval to your doctor, which I think is awesome, because I've been underserved. I haven't had a psychiatrist in a while because there's a shortage of them, and this will be great to send to my future psychiatrist, but for right now it's going to my therapist, and it'll help her as well. So this is great. And so I filled that out right away in a panic attack. My hand's shaking the whole time because I hate paperwork. It makes me really nervous, especially government paperwork, because it sounds so mean. It's like it's yelling at you. But you fill those out. It's mostly check boxes and filling in an address and phone number and fax number of your doctor, and you fold it up and just throw it in the envelope. You don't need to do anything, and just throw it in your outgoing mailbox. And I did that right away just to get it out of my home. I didn't want to fuck with that. So, and then that's all you gotta do. You just are painfully waiting for your appointment, and mine is like 3 weeks away. So yeah, and even though much paper. It's a paper reduction, and yet they send you like 8 pieces of paper. And the last ones you don't need is basically saying what will happen to you, you know, what daddy government will do to you if you fail to show up to your appointment. And it gives you a number you can call if you need to reschedule at the last minute. And that's good to know that if you have to reschedule, they won't, you know, drop your case. They'll just hold it for you, and things just will stop moving until you have your psyche eval. So that's encouraging, and no one tells you this anywhere, so I'm telling you this, okay? All right, and then another biggie is there's different kinds of psych evals, and they'll tell you in abbreviated form in the little table they give you. And mine said MSE, and I had to look this up. MSE is the mental status exam, which is where they're testing you on cognitive function and memory and things that I really struggle with. Like, you'll notice in my in my videos, I kind of pause a lot, and I have trouble. I have trouble getting, especially when I'm on the spot. I have trouble finding the right word, and that's what they'll be testing me for in the mental status exam. And they test your memory. Believe it or not, your appearance is calculated. Like, they'll be like, okay, is this person alert? Is this person lethargic? And there's no pass or fail. Basically, there's no right way to be. Like, basically, I'm just gonna come as I am. Mine is at 9:45 in the morning, which is not a good time for me, but they'll get to see a lot of my dysfunction that way. So, you know, a lot of us with disabilities, different times a day does different things to our mind and body. You know, it does to anybody, but when you're disabled, like, the morning can be really bad or really good for you, or depending on the day. And basically what they're looking at is your functionality during the appointment, which is the stressor. That freaks me out, because what if on that day at 9:45 I am alert and look calm and halfway decent, and they just write me off? So that's my fear. But what the previous video I made is what my what do they call that? Seeing my brain, adjudicator. My adjudicator with Social Security, and it sounds so fancy, but you just get one when they're doing your review. You get an adjudicator that you can call up for questions whenever you need to, which is awesome. Often they're really busy, but you can reach them eventually within a few days. And she told me that it's not a pass or fail. It's not, they're taking everything into my file, my past reviews, ongoing. So it's not like they're going to be like, oh, you look fine today, so you're faking it. No, it's not like that, which my brain goes there, but it's not what they're going to do. And also, they're looking for significant improvement. Those are the key words, significant improvement. And if you're not showing significant improvement in your behavior and your everything that you're presenting, don't worry about it. And it's really hard to fake significant improvement. Like, I can't. Like, people can tell when I'm not doing okay, and they're experts. And they are. They're not throwing in just anybody to do these reviews. They are real psychiatrists. I looked it up because I thought it was just like a psychologist, and they're just gonna legalese me to death and be governmental, but no, they are hired doctors. And in fact, the thing that I feel like I'm going to get out of this for the positive is they may actually diagnose me with additional things that I did not even put in my paperwork, and they'll add that to my file. So that to me is worth my time, because even though I feel like I'm kind of a chicken here forced to the slaughter to dance for my benefits, I am thinking of it like, what's in it for me? Like, is this just a total torture test, waste of my time, ruination of my month, basically? But no. As far as I know, and I'll do another video after the interview, after it, to let you know what the questions were like, how I felt, what they asked, how did they treat me, because we all want to be treated with respect, you know, even though we're not, you know, in tip-top shape. We don't want to be talked down to. We don't want to be legalese at. We don't want any more things to give us PTSD, okay? So I'm gonna bring that up, but, and there are a few articles online. I can put a link in this description of kind of the outline of an MSE that I took away, and basically my next video will be, or on this subject will be, how accurate was that? How was it really, you know, for someone with a disability going into one of these in a virtual setting? So I hope this clears up some things, because they're just, if, you know, it feels like we're just here and they're just throwing shit at us and we gotta just take it, and there is nobody online that tells you exactly what you're in for. And I am autistic. I need to know exactly to the detail what to expect. So that's why I'm doing this, and maybe nobody will watch this, maybe somebody will, and maybe it'll help. And if not, it'll help me. I'll be able to watch this again for myself, because I'm gonna forget what this was like, and that'll be good. All right, 3 more weeks, and then I gotta go through this. I'll let you know.